South Africans have been promised the end of load shedding for years. But the truth is, it's not ending anytime soon. And here's the reason no one explains properly. Load shedding has become so normal in South Africa that daily life is planned around it. Businesses schedule production around power cuts, families cook earlier than usual, and phone batteries are charged with military precision. What began as a temporary emergency more than a decade ago has hardened into a structural reality. Despite repeated promises that the end is near, load shedding is unlikely to disappear anytime soon. Before we go further, please kindly subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you. To understand why, one must look beyond surface-level explanations and into the deep-rooted problems within South Africa's energy system. Load shedding is not caused by a single failure, a bad year, or even just Eskom's incompetence. It is the result of decades of underinvestment, political interference, technical decay, and rising demand in an economy that cannot easily stop growing its energy needs. Until these structural issues are resolved, load shedding will remain part of South African life. A system built for the past, not the present. South Africa's electricity system was designed for a very different era. Most of Eskom's coal-fired power stations were built between the 1960s and 1980s, when demand was predictable, industrial use was concentrated, and maintenance cycles were carefully planned. These plants were never designed to run continuously at maximum capacity for decades on end. Today, many of these power stations are operating well beyond their intended lifespan. Aging infrastructure means frequent breakdowns, unplanned outages, and long repair times. When one unit fails, pressure increases on the remaining units, which then fail as well. This creates a domino effect that Eskom struggles to contain. Replacing or refurbishing old plants is not quick. Large-scale power stations take years to plan, build, and commission. Even extensive maintenance programs can only do so much when the underlying equipment is obsolete. Maintenance backlogs and the catch-22. One of the most misunderstood aspects of load shedding is maintenance. Eskom faces a brutal dilemma. Taking power stations offline for proper maintenance reduces electricity supply in the short term, but failing to do maintenance guarantees more breakdowns in the future. For years, maintenance was postponed to keep the lights on, especially during election cycles or periods of political pressure. This created a growing maintenance backlog. By the time Eskom attempted to catch up, too many units were already unreliable. As a result, even planned maintenance now contributes to load shedding. Eskom cannot fix the system without cutting power, but cutting power angers the public and damages the economy. This trap ensures that progress is slow and politically costly. Demand keeps rising, supply does not. South Africa's electricity demand continues to grow, even in a weak economy. Population growth, urbanization, electrification of previously underserved areas, and increased use of appliances all add pressure to the grid. At the same time, supply growth has stagnated. New generation capacity has lagged far behind projections made in the early 2000s. Major new plants came online late and at enormous cost, and even then, they have struggled with reliability issues. Renewable energy has expanded, but not fast enough to fully compensate for failing coal plants. While wind and solar are essential to the future, they require grid upgrades, storage solutions, and backup capacity to ensure consistent supply. These supporting systems are still incomplete. Eskom's financial crisis. Eskom is one of the most indebted utilities in the world. Its massive debt burden limits its ability to invest in new infrastructure, retain skilled staff, and maintain existing assets. Servicing debt consumes funds that could otherwise be used for repairs or expansion. High electricity tariffs further complicate the situation. As prices rise, consumers reduce usage or invest in private alternatives like solar and generators. This reduces Eskom's revenue base, creating a vicious cycle. Higher prices lead to lower consumption, which leads to less income, which leads to even higher prices. Financial instability also discourages private investors from partnering with Eskom unless strong government guarantees are in place. Skills shortages and operational challenges. Running a national electricity grid requires deep technical expertise. Over the years, Eskom has lost many experienced engineers, technicians, and managers. Some left due to instability, others due to early retirement programs, and many because of better opportunities elsewhere. Replacing this expertise is not easy. Training skilled engineers takes years, and the loss of institutional knowledge weakens operational decision-making. Poor maintenance decisions, delayed repairs, and inconsistent management all increase the likelihood of power failures. Even when funding is available, a lack of skilled personnel can slow projects and reduce effectiveness. Corruption and governance failures. Corruption has played a significant role in South Africa's energy crisis. Inflated contracts, poor quality workmanship, and politically connected suppliers have undermined Eskom's ability to operate efficiently. Money that should have gone into maintenance and upgrades was often wasted or misused. Governance instability has also been damaging. Eskom has seen frequent changes in leadership, shifting strategies, and conflicting political directives. Long-term planning becomes impossible when executives are replaced every few years and policy direction keeps changing. Energy infrastructure requires consistency, discipline, and long-term commitment, qualities that have been in short supply. Private power is growing, but not fast enough. The rise of private generation, especially rooftop solar and independent power producers, is often presented as the solution to load shedding. While this growth is positive and necessary, it will not end the crisis overnight. Private generation mostly benefits those who can afford it. Large parts of the population and many small businesses remain dependent on Eskom. In addition, integrating private power into the national grid requires regulatory approval, transmission upgrades, and grid balancing capabilities. Without massive investment in transmission infrastructure, additional generation cannot always be delivered to where it is needed. Energy transitions take time. South Africa is undergoing an energy transition, from coal-heavy generation to a more diverse mix including renewables and gas. Such transitions take decades, not years. Countries with far more resources have struggled with similar shifts. The challenge is even greater in South Africa because energy transition must happen while fixing an already broken system, managing social impacts, protecting jobs, and maintaining affordability. There are no quick wins. The hard truth: load shedding is not ending soon because South Africa's energy crisis is structural, not temporary. It is the result of long-term neglect, financial strain, technical decay, governance failures, and rising demand. While progress is being made in some areas, it is uneven and slow. The realistic outlook is improvement, not sudden resolution. Load shedding may become less severe or less frequent over time, but expecting it to disappear completely in the near future sets the country up for disappointment. Understanding this reality is not about pessimism, it is about honesty. Only by confronting the true depth of the problem can South Africa begin to build an energy system that is reliable, sustainable, and fit for the future. Please subscribe, like, and comment your opinion.